Trying to get the Harry Potter one.
God, remember when we did a Harry Potter race and I fucking smoked you?
I would do it again. I want a TV without lag this time. The Goblin Maze is impossible.
You made up so many excuses.
It's true, I had a second of lag. It was a stupid fast QTE. I couldn't do anything about it.
There is nothing stupid or fast about Harry Potter's PS1. I won, and that's all that matters.
Whatever. You can play a different game.
Like what?
I have no comparison that comes to mind, but
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
I don't know if I've even played that one. Is that the second one?
Yeah, we all played it together.
Oh, is it the one with the brick breaker in the Weasley's house?
It's like the one where
I guess it's in the same graphical style as the first one because we played it on the PS1.
Oh,
yeah. It's the one where you can get hit by a fucking train.
Is that the one where you swing the gnome around by the foot and throw him?
Yes. I mean, it's in all the different versions, but the PS1 version is superior because it's built on the PS1 games engine. God, I love that game. That was legitimately one of my first PS1 games, my first foray into 3D, and it blew me away.
Yeah, it sounds like you're cheating on that one, so I have to pass.
What do you mean?
I barely played the second one.
You were the one that played it. Me and Steven just watched.
Yeah. It's not fair. I don't remember. I'm wiping my memory clean.
You had to do magic battle with Draco, and you had to repel his magic or something.
Oh, I do kind of remember that. There's the optional wizard battle area.
Yeah, Neville's just standing in the field of grass. He's like, "Hey, we want to have a wizard battle," and you fucking shoot him with Avada Kedavra so many times.
There's a weirdly equivalent to the Dark Souls 2 PvP optional castle area. If you've played Dark Souls 2, when you fight Ornstein, who's in that game for some reason, there's a PvP area just beyond him, and there's a weirdly close equivalent in the PS1 Harry Potter 2 game where you can go up to this castle awning and have optional wizard battles.
You crawled through the fucking rabbit hole to go give beans to the Weasley twins. The secret cavern that you have to crawl through.
What do you get from the bean quests?
It was just upgrades or something. It wasn't as cool as the first game where it's you get all the beans and then you go get a super item or whatever. It was just random trash. Because the bean, I don't think it had single colored bean counters anymore. It was just an all encompassing bean thing. I also don't remember it very well, but I was just happy we played it because it was it was a legit sequel to the PS1 version. Because the PS2 Harry Potter games are very different.
Yeah. Lame.
We also had that moment where Ron fucking broke on the memory charm gag, and he kept saying his he reflected his own. He hit himself with his own memory charm. He hit himself with his own memory charm. He hit himself with his own memory charm. We were like, Ron, shut up!
Crossing the Line is not a show intended to bully or harass anyone. Do not go out of your way to mess with the authors who write these fanfics. They make what we do possible. Thanks. Enjoy.
Welcome to Crossing the Line, a fanfiction podcast where we read, review, and critique fanfiction for your listening pleasure. I'm George G. Poole, and as always, I've got my two co-hosts, Elias Viva Vlogs.
Hello.
And Stephen Blue Blue Breed.
Hello. Blue Blue Breed.
Stephen.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going. How about you?
I'm good. You been working
good.
on anything cool lately?
I have been working on a commission that I've been using for practice for my NPR modeling, and it's coming along pretty okay.
Not to be confused with National Public Radio modeling. See, every time you'd say NPR, my brain would first go to that. Then I remember you're a porn artist, so then my brain would go to NTR. And then I would say, oh, he's talking about 3D again.
I like the vision of that roadmap.
It's pretty bad.
National Trans Radio.
National Trans
What's
Radio.
the actual NTR stand for?
God, let me see real quick. It's been a hot minute.
Non-trigonometry.
Non-fungible token.
Non-fungible token.
Non-tangible roken. Steven's Googling NTR.
Yeah, after friggin' Netorare.
Netorare.
Yeah, when your lover cheats on you with someone else.
Oh.
I thought you were Googling the 3D thing.
No, I asked him to Google NTR.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
What NPR?
NPR is non-photorealistic rendering. So essentially, like Spider-Verse and whatnot, that's NPR, whereas something like Final Fantasy, that's not NPR.
You're gonna have an NPR Beavis and Butthead model by the time this podcast goes live, right? So we can just have it like spin around on the screen the whole time.
T-pose them, make it look like it's from a game that doesn't exist.
You only have to do one, but which would you choose, Beavis or Butthead? This is the Beavis and Butthead episode, by the way.
We just watched the new movie.
Yeah.
It's true.
Do the universe.
My experience with Beavis and Butthead is actually surprisingly thin. I don't think I ever watched the show. That's not true, because I watched when MTV brought it back in like 2010 or something, but I don't think it was very good back then. But I've watched Beavis and Butthead Do America, a very funny movie, and Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, which was a surprisingly funny movie.
Yeah, it had a really good handle on its comedic timing for a modern release of like that kind of concept.
I really did not expect it to. Maybe my expectations were just low or something, but it was a genuinely funny movie. It actually felt like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
I was really worried that it was just gonna like try to rip off all the modern shows like Bob's Burgers and Rick and Morty and just try to make like Beavis and Buttheadify them. But it still seemed to keep its stupid ass thing where they're literally just walking to get laid the entire movie.
Yeah.
They just keep getting in stupid situations.
Yeah.
So they did a good job keeping the heart alive.
I just love how it opens with them fucking destroying the science fair.
Mm-hmm. Boys will be boys.
Fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I think my first memory of it was in surf camp, which is a thing that happens in Florida where your parents make you go to like a camp for surfing. So each morning you go surfing for a few hours and you have like apples and a sandwich.
You know,
like
instead of regular camp.
Yeah.
We don't have forests here. We only have sand and sea.
Yeah. So, or like swamp. But, was that like an actual camp or was it just like you get up in the morning and your parents drop you off there or something? Your parents drop you off,
Okay.
but it's like for consecutive days.
Did I? But, so you actually do like stay the night there?
No.
Oh.
They take you in the
Okay.
morning and you leave like in the late afternoon.
Did anybody go to like a real camp, like where they were away from family or something?
It wasn't like a camping trips ordeal. It was like every day you go there, except for like I think the weekends.
I went to Boy Scout camp for a week.
Wait, what? Hold on. What are you talking about?
When I was in middle school, I went to this weird summer camp. You know that playground, like near downtown?
Yeah, yes.
The friggin'
Yes, don't dox yourself.
Yeah, but
Yes, I know what you're talking about with the funny dinosaur.
yeah, the dinosaur has the friggin' one swing that's just a big tire.
Yeah, that one kicked ass.
Yeah.
You could get so high on that thing.
It's true, that thing was fucking scary.
And then the high schoolers got really high on that thing.
Oh yeah. Friggin' but
That's a weed joke.
But yeah, there was a building next to that had a summer camp, and I used to go there during the summer.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like, it was more like daycare. Your dad would have to come pick you up.
Pretty much.
Was that before I met you?
It was in middle school, so like we knew each other, yeah.
Huh. That must have sucked for you. You could have been gaming.
It's true. I was busy fucking playing. What's that fucking game that's like dodgeball, but it's indoor? Well, it's
Pinball? The thing that our middle school teacher made up.
It's like this. It's like this game where like everyone play, where like a giant group of people play. There are no teams. Just like if you get a ball, you have to hit someone, and then they have to sit down and be frozen, and then it like just keeps going till there's only one person left.
I can picture that, but I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
It sounds very
chaotic.
destructive.
It was. I
To
don't
pit everyone against each other.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did
I
you
think
win?
those would go really quick.
Once.
Yo,
Nice.
you fucking pelted little Timmy.
Well, where I was going with the surf
Yeah.
camp story was because it was surf camp. The like camp counselors were just like, I assume around 20-year-old like surfer bros.
That's very dangerous.
Yeah, to send out the kids with surfboards in the ocean, it was pretty dangerous. But anyways, they just would make Beavis and Butthead jokes the whole time.
Did they look like Beavis and Butthead?
I take it back. This is pretty cool.
No, they had like surfer hair and stuff.
I wish they had really big heads.
They
on
were
the
basically
surfboard.
doing that. They were just giggling and laughing to each other and surfing while we like.
Beavis and
fumbled.
Butthead doing the hang 10.
They gave us all surfboards and said go nuts, and we fumbled around in the ocean for like 4 hours.
That would look so funny. Them drawn like doing the hang 10 on the front of a surfboard. Just going, wearing tiny little beach shorts.
We took breaks for apples and watered down Gatorade mix, and that was it.
Your childhood sucks.
It was the Florida surf lifestyle.
I never went to summer camp. I'd go camping with my family, but it was never like that kind of classic, like you send your kid off for a couple weeks to go explore and meet new friends and whatnot, which I probably would have hated, but it is what it is.
I mean, Boy Scout camp was more like that, but I was like 7 or 8 or something, so I don't remember it very well.
Do you remember if you actually like stayed the night there?
Yeah, I did for a couple nights. Oh no, because it was with Kyle from like grade middle school. So I must have been like 9 or 10. But I did shoot a gun, so that was cool.
Yo, let's go.
And
They gave a 9-year-old a gun?
yes, it's Boy Scouts, you have to.
Shoot this gun.
Yeah, your camp counselors, they were also making Beavis and Butthead jokes.
Yeah. So anyways, camp
Like, I'm
counselor,
gonna score!
surf camp boys made a lot of Beavis and Butthead jokes, and so I like was indoctrinated in the idea that this show was really good. And so then I went home and like found it on. It couldn't have been Netflix. It must have been like YouTube clips or like some streaming service or something.
Probably.
And so then I watched a few episodes with my sister, who was definitely much too young to get any of the jokes. I was mostly too young. I must have been like 12. And
I just thought it was funny when they would like knock something over.
oh, it was like Apple TV. It was like I used my dad's credit card to buy Beavis and Butthead with Apple TV.
He must have been pissed.
Dude, my dad.
Go on.
He'd tell me this shit all the time that I would just ignore. Like, I remember like he's a tech nerd, so he'd be like, "Hey, I know you deleted your history, but I saw you looked at porn, and I can just check our router history, so you can't delete that. I know if you do that." And I just looked at him and didn't say anything, and then I continued to do that and ignore him. And I just think to this day, like, I clearly didn't believe him when I was a child, but looking back, you probably could. I think. I don't
He would
know.
have to go out of his way to do that, but
That's
sure.
a lot just to call your kid out on looking at porn.
Man,
He
if
just
you-
looked at him and then turned back around and looked up more porn as he's standing there.
If he saw what I was looking at when I was 12, he would have given up.
Oh my god.
I would just go on like 4chan, look at the most horrible shit, and then Google that, and then go on like live leak porn sites and be like, "This is bad," and then turn
But
my
I'm gonna
computer
watch
off.
it anyway.
I had
And go to
see
bed.
it. I had to see. I'd look at it and say, "This is bad," and then turn it off and go to bed.
And you drink a soda.
Fucking porn bloopers on E-fucked and shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'd just be drinking my big soda pop from the gas station, watching E Fucked on full volume. I'd be like, time for bed. My dad would say, I can see that. And I'd look at him and say, no, he can't in my head.
He's bluffing.
You look at him and go, do it, bitch.
He's bluffing. He doesn't have a computer.
He put on child
He can't
block. And I would just
Oh.
hard reset my computer and continue on my way.
You give up everything. Just you could go back.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, you're amazing. I love that.
It was a different time.
It's phenomenal.
I do remember though. I completely broke my computer, and like I know for a fact that I broke.
Hold on a minute. I completely broke my computer.
Too many
I know
motor sets.
You fucking deleted BIOS or something.
I know for a fact that
My dad's got spyware in the BIOS.
I know for a fact that my white Mac computer was bricked from having too many porn windows open. I was terrified that my dad would like fix it and turn it on and see this, but he couldn't do it, so it just got thrown away. I was like, oh, thank God I bricked it hard enough.
Yeah, I remember like we had like a family computer in the living room, and I don't know, like I was just on fucking like YouTube or something, and there was like a porn pop up from something, probably something my brother was doing, because he would just fucking look at stuff, whatever, he didn't give a shit. But like just one time I was sitting there and like a porn ad came up, so I didn't know what to do, so cause like people were in the room with me, so I just like turned the monitor off and I was like, I'm done, and then just assumed no one would use the computer again until later, and then I just like turned it off and turned it back on.
I'm sure I've already told this story, but since we're on the subject of this, like one time, I don't remember how I got on this tangent, but like I said, I would literally just like go on GameFAQs or 4chan or Reddit or whatever and just like find some obscure type of prawn and be like, huh, and then look that up and like look at it for a while and then turn it off. And one time I did that with like I don't remember what specific rabbit hole it was, but it was like furry something. And my mom saw it, like, left open on the computer.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, what is this? And I was like, I don't know. My friend told me to look it up. And she's like, you know, your friend is very wrong in the head. This is very bad.
And
I was
look
like,
at her now.
And I was like,
now your mom's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah. I was like,
Don't just say yeah.
I don't condone the behavior of any of my family members.
That's fair.
I was just like, yeah, I don't take responsibility for that, Mom. Sorry, bye.
Yeah. I don't want... My porn story sounded so lame, but I was just not like a big internet kid. I used Newgrounds and YouTube, and that was all I did. I would just play Flash games and then watch Rich Alvarez and other Mario live-action parodies.
It's true.
I use my PSP for porn, thank you very much.
YouTube
no one could track that.
It's true. My dad tracked mine. So
It's
true.
How? What did he do? Tell me the story.
Okay, so I used to not have internet when I was in middle school because my dad just didn't hook it up or whatever. But then we eventually did get high-speed internet that wasn't fucking dial-up or whatever. And first thing I did was get my PSP, go in the back room, and like see if I could connect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
the
like
back room.
Yeah, well, it was technically just my room, but it was like in the back or whatever.
Yeah.
But I hooked up my PSP and all that mess, got online, and I was just like making sure I could get onto different sites and all that mess. And then I got back out of my room and went back to the living room and all that mess to make sure like the desktop was working well. And then at some point, like 30 minutes later, I went back and tried my PSP again. And then I came back and my dad said, do you have something hooked up to the internet back there, boy? Because, you know, it's funny. Every time you go back there, I see that little mobile light on the modem flash on. And I was like, oh!
What'd you look up, huh? Pal Comics?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the classic.
Please let me read a short Beavis and Butthead story.
Oh, I want to read first.
Okay.
You guys have been pushing yourselves.
Beavis and Butthead is all about scoring.
Yeah, so this is a very appropriate subject for our opening.
True.
What the fuck kind of malware site are you on?
Huh? Well, this is just fucking.
Oh, that's your bank.
How's this is fan fiction.
Why is it green? Oh, that's just an ad.
Yeah, just an ad at the top.
Oh, you're using the browser.
Yeah, this is just the browser.
Yeah, just get the app.
No.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read a story now. It's gonna be very cool and funny.
Good.
We start our story in Highland, Texas. Beavis and Butthead are seen watching TV. On the TV, a movie is playing. We now return to Melissa Gilbert and Lou Ferrigno in Asbestos in Obstetrics. This sucks. Nothing is on TV, said Butthead. Yeah, they need more fire. Fire, Beavis replied. Suddenly the TV went black. What? Said Butthead. Then Queen Alina showed up above their TV. Beavis and Butthead, you must go to Robotropolis and help the Sonic Underground into victory. This is why I wanted to go first. I knew one of you had to pick this. There was only one Sonic crossover.
They swore their mother would be found.
They made a vow. Oh, vow. She then disappeared. Beavis and Butthead looked confused. Butthead even dropping his nachos on the ground. Damn it, Beavis said in anger. I thought we were going to score with her. Shut up, Beavis, Butthead replied. Wait a minute. Butthead gets an idea. Let's go and find this Sonic Underground. What do we do? What do we have to do with them? Beavis asked in confusion. I think we have to, help and stuff, said Beavis. Or Butthead. Cool, said Beavis. Maybe we can score, too. Beavis and Butthead leave now. Chapter 2.
Eventful first chapter.
Meanwhile, at Burger World, the camper van is parked in the parking lot. Is this the right place? Said Sonic. We have been told by the message to wait here as well meet with these two individuals here, Manic replied.
Has Sonic ever eaten a burger?
He's more of a chili dog kind of guy.
There's one episode that literally pulled that gag to show how different he was under mind control.
Oh my god.
Someone offered him a choice and he chose a cheeseburger and Tails fucking threw his shit.
And which Sonic show was this?
O's Adventures.
Okay, that makes sense.
At a burger joint, there's grease there. Gross!
Complained Sonia, who was spoiled, obviously. Beavis and Butthead show up at Burger World. It's their damn walk cycling into this fucking other cartoon van. Is this the place? Cool. Maybe we can score here, said Butthead, hoping to score in the van.
The van.
Remember, Butthead, we're here to do a job. I was hoping to score by being this cool one,
replied Beavis. Dumbass, whispered Butthead. Beavis and Butthead walk up to the van. The doors open. It's Sonic, who's confused why Queen Alina would have them meet these morons. Butthead responds, is this the van that the chick was talking about? Cool, replied Beavis. They promptly walk in. The doors shut behind them. Butthead whispers to Beavis, don't screw this up, Beavis. Let me do the talking.
This must be a mistake. There is no way these are the one Mom had sent to meet with us at a burger joint, I tell you,
yelled Sonia. Do you know all three of the Sonic Underground hedgehogs are all voiced by Jaleel White?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
They must have made a fat check.
Oh yeah. They said we love your performance so much we'd like you to do it again. And again. And again. She's a brat, Butthead says, prompting them to leave.
Of all the people to insult Sonya.
There's a running gag where Beavis and Butthead jack off in the van of their neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that's where that was going, but I guess not.
No, they're gonna score though.
So, what's the plan?
Beavis asked.
We were told we had to help and stuff.
We need to get into Robotnik's base, which is located here in Highland. There are lots of security points, so it's hard for us to just get in, explained Manic. That's possibly why Mother called for your help. You might be able to help us get into the base and have possible info on the base, added Sonic. Beavis replied, We actually saw it when we beat this Butthead slaps Beavis in the face.
Ow! Oh, brother,
thought Sonia. Beavis answered, We'll do it. Sonic and Manic are relieved. Maybe, they thought, they might be what we need for defeating Robotnik.
Why would you think that?
I don't know. Meanwhile, at Robotnik's base somewhere in Highland, Robotnik is warned of possible additions to the Resistance. What? But, sir, we think we have easily identified them as two kids, said Sleet. Their names are apparently Beavis and Butthead. This is no joke, as this is quite literally their names. Dingo started to speak. Yes, they go to... Sleet interrupted. They don't live far from here, too. They live here in Highland, Texas.
Why are they in Texas?
I don't know. Get there and roboticize anyone who may have connections with them, ordered Robotnik.
Ah!
Yes, sir, Sleet responded. They rode to their location in Highland.
They
Highland
live
High
here.
School.
Why are you roboticizing everyone just for them existing in the area?
He wants total control. Meanwhile, at Highland High School, Mr. Van Drayson had gathered around his class. And this is a song that's meant to cope with those feelings. It's called Lesbian Seagull. Do I have to sing the... We wrote the fucking whole song
It's a
here.
classic song from the show.
I don't even know how it goes. Sorry, everybody. She flies so gracefully over rocks, trees, and sand, soaring over cliffs and gently floating down the land. She proudly lifts her voice to sound her mating call, and soon a mate responds by singing, Caw, caw, caw. Come with me, lesbian seagull. Settle down and rest with me. Fly high, lesbian seagull, to my little nest by the sea.
Beautiful.
With me, that's when you belong with me. I know I can be strong when you're with me. You and me, lesbian seagull. You just watch the world, oh my. Just you and me, lesbian seagull, side by side with me till we die. You and I, we can make it if we try. Our love will keep us flying high until we die. The doors get busted in. It's Sleet and Dingo with Mr. McVicker, convinced that they are FBI agents searching for Beavis and Butthead, whom he believes are fugitives. That's him! That's the teacher! Ah! What's going on here? Asked Mr. Van Driesem, who was confused. I'll ask the questions, said Sleet. Are these your students? Sleet shows a picture of Beavis and Butthead. Mr. Van Driesem sighs. I assume you're a government agent? I would think you would know there's something in this country called due process, okay?
Damn.
I knew you were there, teacher, Dingo interrupted. Take him away, ordered Sleet. I believe I'm supposed to be read my Miranda rights. Mr. Van Driesem is then punched in the gut and hauled away from the classroom. I always knew they were up to no good. I hate them, said Mr. McVicker. Shut up, Sleep interrupted. You have been harboring the world's most deadliest criminals. Mr. McVicker walks away in complete shock. Chapter 4. Meanwhile, the van had already arrived at the secret base. You know, Beavis, that hedgehog in black and wearing that AC/DC shirt was cool. Butthead said to Beavis. Yeah, the red one with the Metallica shirt was also cool, Beavis replied.
I wonder if the author's projecting here.
They're gonna fucking score with Sonya. It's gonna be really upsetting.
Whoa. They could never score.
Now, this is serious, penis and duckhead. The base has lots of security points. For a base built by Robotnik, let's split up.
The hedgehogs split up while Beavis and Butthead go together.
Fucking reminds me, friggin' in the Arthur show, they had a parody of Beavis and Butthead called Pea Brain and Nuthead. It was really fucking upsetting.
Yeah. Those do not look like Arthur characters in the slightest.
Nah, they were there to just kind of be like, the kids don't understand that comedy sort of bit.
Penis and Duckhead.
Fuckhead was right there.
She's doing it out of, like, I don't know.
Penis and fuckhead. What did they do to her?
They looked at her and called her cool.
They looked at her and went, oh.
For the entire drive, without stopping.
You said hog. Remember, Beavis. Remember our training, Butthead said. They flash back to simply watching a James Bond movie on TV, GoldenEye to be specific. Cool. James Bond rules, commented Butthead.
Why were we born like this? Asked Beavis. Why couldn't we have been born like James Bond? It's not fair.
Maybe he can score. That would be cool, Butthead responded.
James
Now
Bond
scores
scores in every movie.
Yeah. I think they meant maybe we can score.
Oh.
But who knows? You know they wouldn't pay attention to the movie. Beavis and Butthead somehow walk through a security spot unnoticed, as they do.
They ignore the instructions.
Oh, hey Butthead. I think we just infiltrated.
Beavis said in amazement.
Nice.
How did we do that? Asked Butthead. This had stalled the duo while they couldn't figure out how they got in.
I forgot.
Beavis answered. They kept walking. Meanwhile, Sleet and Dingo were still in Highland, Texas. They made their way to Tom Anderson's home, who was their next suspected helper of Beavis and Butthead. They rang the doorbell. Tom had answered. Something wrong, officer? Sleet responded. Mr. Tom Anderson, have you seen these fugitives? Dingo promptly showed Tom Anderson the photo. It was Beavis and Butthead, all right, and Tom Anderson had recognized them. Sure thing. They look like the kids who've been quacking off in my tool shed. Sleet was astonished. You have seen these kids? Tom Anderson replied. Sure thing. I've never seen kids do so much quacking before. Tom Anderson is now captured and taken in Sleet and Dingo to take him to the base.
No.
Tom Anderson is not happy. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Let me go. I ain't the one who's been quacking in that tool shed. It's them you want. Chapter 5.
What is Robotnik gonna do with these fucking people?
Roboticize them. Back at the base, Beavis and Butthead somehow walk by unnoticed by the SWAT bots. Only thing is, they are completely unaware of this, even for the fact that Sleet and Dingo have returned to the base, meaning that they are in danger of getting roboticized, and they don't even know what that is, let alone that 11 equals 2. Their IQ is that of a brick. The Sonic Underground need their help nonetheless.
Don't explain why, they just need it.
Beavis comes across coffee and a bowl of sugar.
Oh no.
Cool.
Beavis says to himself. He immediately starts devouring the sugar and drinking the coffee. Not just drinking it, but chugging it down. And Beavis is now starting to get hyper.
I thought you said bowl of coffee.
No, a bowl of sugar.
Oh.
Just a bowl of raw sugar.
I said like bowl of coffee grounds and then bowl of sugar. It was like Beavis started just consuming the coffee grounds.
Soon he will turn into cornholio at this rate.
The author says.
The author is clearly a child. But they at least understand the complexities of Beavis and Butthead to just walk past anything.
Yeah.
So I give him points for that. Beavis keeps devouring the sugar. More and more and more. Butthead still trots along. Before he passed by the robotization chamber, here he finds Mr. Van Driesen and Tom Anderson.
Whoa.
Oh, Butthead! Oh, Butthead, how nice of you to come. I have been taken here hostage. Butthead answers, what's this? To deactivate the roboticizer, a password has to be entered. Butthead promptly inputs chicken butt, which just so happens to be the password.
Robotnik, no!
This releases all of the prisoners, well, all except for Tom Anderson, in which the door is manual. Butthead moves out anyway, leaving Tom Anderson behind. Meanwhile, the Sonic Underground have just arrived in the base. They arrive in the same area, near Robotnik's main control center. Butthead arrives. So, I freed those guys in the capsules and stuff. Oh, I think we found them, Sleet, said Dingo. Sleet and Dingo was there.
I'm looking up what Sleet and Dingo look like.
You're not gonna be happy. Hey, where's Beavis? Asked Sleet. He drank this coffee and then I lost him, responded to Butthead.
These look like TMNT characters.
Yeah, they don't look like Sonic characters at all. Dingo can also transform into any sort of vehicle he wants to.
That's true.
But he still has a dog head.
I don't believe you and I won't look it up.
Oh, you foolish fool. I'll do
Listen,
it.
Sonic Underground is shit.
I don't care. Move on.
Oh, we'll find him later. At least we've got some more to roboticize. Suddenly, Cornholio, Beavis' alter ego, shows up. I am the great Cornholio. I need tippy for my bunghole, shouted Cornholio. My bunghole goes... What the hell? Dingo, get here! Dingo arrives, then
Who
Sleet...
swore?
Sleet.
Okay.
Then Sleet turns Dingo into Butthead to try to calm Beavis down.
What?
Sleet turned Dingo into Butthead to try to calm Beavis down.
Okay, I guess this transformation is canon.
I don't believe you, and I'm not looking it up. He said.
Now that the author said so, I guess it's fine.
Here you go, bunghole, said Cornholio. Cornholio kicks Dingo in Butthead form in the nuts and walks into Robotnik's control center.
No!
No!
Robotnik orders SWAT bots to go get the hedgehogs when Cornholio comes in.
That was a really funny way to get Dingo out of the way.
Just
That is
kicked him in the
great.
nuts and walked past him into the big boss room.
Great.
I am the great Cornholio.
Shouts Cornholio. Robotnik jumps after Cornholio screams. Sleet and Dingo move in with Dingo's balls still hurting from Cornholio's kick. Cornholio starts speaking gibberish. What is he saying? Asked Manic. Who cares? Answered Butthead. Cornholio's...
Butthead Dingo or Burger Butthead?
I'm gonna assume that's a regular Butthead. It kind of brushed past the fact that Sonic Underground had showed up in Robotnik's room because it wasn't important when Cornholio was doing things.
A
Yuck.
worm?
Yeah, he turned into a big old worm.
He's just like Iblis.
He turned into a fucking fly.
They should have made Iblis from
I thought
Sonic
you
06
meant like
Dingo.
vehicles.
True.
He can be anything.
Yeah, it can be. He's just a shapeshifter.
I've seen him turn into like a motorcycle or something.
You say that like you personally have seen that and no one else.
I have. Have you watched Sonic Underground?
No. Yes, actually, I have a DVD
Whoa.
of one episode. I don't know which one.
We'll have to
Oh yeah,
watch
it's the
it.
Sonic Baby one.
That's a classic.
That is.
Cornholio suddenly charged towards Sleet and Dingo, headbutting them both in the balls. Sleet and Dingo both fall to the ground with excruciating pain in their crotches, so much that they can't even get up at all. The siblings use this as an opportunity to take out the surrounding SWAT bots in the area. Butthead... Nice. Dingo is turned into like a what are those things called?
Like a viewfinder.
Yeah, viewfinder.
Binoculars or some shit.
Butthead randomly finds some conveniently placed firecrackers just after Beavis exits his Cornholio phase.
Huh? What's going on?
Asked Beavis. Chapter 6. Manic calls out to Butthead. Butthead, give Beavis the firecrackers! Okay. replies Butthead. Beavis really likes himself some fire. Hey, Beavis, Butthead says to Butthead. Let's light these firecrackers and blow them all over the room.
Cool. We're the dude.
Replied Beavis.
Fire, fire, fire.
Beavis and Butthead light the firecrackers around the control room and run out. Them running would be really funny. It would just be their walk cycle really fast. The hedgehogs run with them and escape the base as Beavis during his cornholio phase had lit dynamite around the place and, without the knowledge of the hedgehogs, spilled tacks around one corner of the van. They won't find that out yet, though. Beavis, however, usually doesn't remember what he did during his cornholio phase. The base then explodes, making a large bang. Cool, said both Beavis and Butthead. The base had been destroyed, but Robotnik had still escaped in an escape pod with Sleet and Dingo, whose crotches still had pain from when Beavis headbutted them there. Tom Anderson, on the other hand, was still in one of the roboticizers, still ranting of how he wasn't quacking in his tool shed. The hedgehogs, as well as Beavis and Butthead, went on the van to go back home in Highland, Texas, while the other prisoners had taken a bus to Highland before the explosion.
They're all getting shipped out to Highland.
Police were coming as well as several news cameras were coming a half hour, and so they had to leave now. They had loaded on the van, ready to leave.
Let's go.
Said Sonia. They start driving, then boom! What happened? Flat tire? Said Manic. They go outside and notice the van had ran over a pile of tacks, so now they got 2 flat tires in the front. In the front? I didn't put those there, said Beavis. He actually did during his cornholio phase, but he doesn't remember doing so.
Oh my god.
But he chose to speak out loud about it.
He doesn't want people to assume blame. We have to change these fast. The police are coming to investigate the explosion, warned Sonic. They went off to change the tires. Jack, said
Sonic warned him
Butthead.
about the police.
Said Butthead, handing over the jack to Manic. Now the tires were changed. They had to get out going immediately. The police were halfway to the blown base. The van had left the base just as the police arrived, not noticing a large van was driving away from the scene. They had now arrived in Highland. The van stops by at the neighborhood from which Beavis and Butthead live in.
Well, I've underestimated these guys. You helped us kick Robotnik in the butt.
Said Sonia. I placed dynamite at the base. It was cool, said Beavis. So until next time? Asked Manic. Yeah. Cool, responded Butthead. Bye, all the hedgehogs said, and they left. You know what sucks, Beavis? Said Butthead. The main fact that we never scored.
The main fact.
Not all is lost. We got to be heroes. And I got some fire. Fire! Fire! Responded Beavis. Yeah, said Butthead. We're heroes. Hey, let's brag about it. Beavis and Butthead showed up to Stuart. Hey guys, did you hear? There was an explosion in an abandoned building. It's on the news, Stuart said.
Shut up, Stuart,
interrupted Beavis.
We are heroes. We saved the world.
What did you do today, loser? Said Butthead. The duo walk away to home, proud of being heroes. Little do they know that not only were they heroes, but they helped the freedom fighters, and that they may never know. The end. P.S. Tom Anderson was discovered the next day, still in the roboticizer by UFO fanatics. They believed he was an alien, so they dragged him over to New York, Mexico for dissection.
No.
Whoa.
Beautiful. I give that Dingo Beavis out of 7.
I give that 2 thumbs up from Robotom.
I give that, oh god. Careful. Be careful.
Robotom.
Metal Tom.
Mecha Tom.
I rate that story, Beavis and Butthead trying to score with Sonia the Hedgehog.
Hell yeah.
Out of 10.
They barely even tried.
It's true. She must have not have been their ideal woman.
They thought she looked cool, but didn't think she looked fuckable.
They were talking about random hedgehogs that were wearing their clothes.
They heard her voice and they were like, ugh.
Okay, now you can go.
Okay, it's a short one. Disclaimer. I guess this is a pretty short one, so I'll read the disclaimer. Disclaimer. I don't own Caillou or Beavis and Butthead. DHX and Viacom owns them. Also, this is a remake of an early fanfic I made, but it's lost forever because I deleted it due to SJWs harassing me over it.
Oh, no.
Oh, god damn it.
They couldn't get the fact that it's a parody, and I would never support child abuse.
What's gonna go down to Caillou?
So
Is he
now,
gonna get grounded?
That's a good sign. I like it. Let's go.
There's nothing more child abuse than getting grounded.
So now, here is a version that they would get a kick at. Also, I have nothing against feminists, etc. This is a joke. Total deniability right there.
Let's fucking go.
Nothing against feminists, but
Once there was a bald-headed boy named Caillou. He is such a bald-headed boy. Beavis and Butthead are going to babysit him one night.
He's such a fucking feminist, I swear to God.
What would they do? Have fun, said Mom as they drive off in their car. Before Beavis and Butthead decided to babysit Caillou, a fat woman appeared. Her name was Sally the Social Justice Warrior.
hi, Sally. Steven fucking lost it. All he had to say was a fat woman named Sally the social justice worker.
Fucking... You can make fun of, like, whatever. I don't fucking care. But just the fact that he invented a character
And then he said, like, nah, this is just a joke, okay? Chill, guys.
You made a character whose
I thought-
entire gimmick is that!
I thought the author said that they would like it. Maybe she's going to be portrayed well.
They
But
can't
they've already called her fat.
They can't understand that this is just a parody.
And she's here to stop people from having fun making hateful fanfics about Caillou.
They do that.
Are Beavis and Butthead gonna write something horrible about him?
What does Beavis and Butthead have to do with this?
Guess we'll find out. They're gonna come walk in.
Stop right there, she said. We need to stop humorous fanfics about Caillou. So they head on the internet with Caillou. Everyone decided to hit YouTube first. On YouTube, people are making videos about poor Caillou getting grounded for no reason.
Oh, there's a reason.
Yes! Let's go!
There's a reason.
I can't believe anyone would reference this shit. This is like the most obscure thing I could think of.
It is not obscure just because you don't know about it.
What do you mean?
There's so many Caillou Gets Grounded videos out there.
It's true.
They're all on Go Animate and they all stink.
It's true. There was like a whole ass genre of video of that.
Everyone knows there's always a reason for Caillou to be grounded.
Huh. These videos are cancer, Butthead said. Don't call this videos cancer, said Sally. Don't you realize that Caillou is bald? Bald people make up stories about him having cancer because of that. Sally, the social justice warrior, decided to take down these videos by filing a false TMCA claim.
Oh, Sally.
Against the Go Animators. Videos are then said this video.
I take it back. This is amazing. This is a great. It's so petty, but it's so funny. I take
I
it
can't even
back.
read this.
Steven lost his glasses.
I'm
laughing
so
hard.
mad I didn't find this one.
So Sally the Social Justice Warrior decided to take down these videos by filing a false DMCA against the Go animators. All of the videos then said, "This video contains content from Greedy Fatty Inc., who has blocked it on copyright grounds."
Why would she call her company Greedy Fatty Inc.?
Because he's mad.
I do not hate feminists.
Then they realized that Caillou was getting hungry. Beavis and Butthead wanted to cook hamburgers, but Sally loves cows, so she stole the hamburgers and threw them into the trash. "I'm a card-carrying member of PETA," Sally said. "Cows are not meat for or milkies. Let's eat gluten-free, GMO-free vegan burgers."
Sally sounds broken.
Then they all eat hamburgers made of plants.
Cows are
Sucks, Beavis
are
said.
not meat for you or milkies.
"This sucks," Beavis said. "Eat it, you straight white pig," Sally said while shoving a plant burger into Beavis's mouth. Sally had 20 plant burgers to eat. "Don't worry about me," she said. "There is health at every size." Back to the internet, they decided to go on. They went to the Caillou section and decided to plan on attack on someone.
What?
I'm assuming this is on fanfiction.net.
Yeah, this is a counter cyberbully.
They decide to attack a man with Asperger's syndrome who wrote a...
I just picked up my drink!
You held your composure for so long until Steven couldn't take it.
They decided to attack a man with Asperger's syndrome who wrote a funny fan fiction about Caillou getting into safety hazards.
Was that you,
They
Steven?
decided to gather a bunch of friends and gang up on him by giving him mean comments.
They don't have friends.
So Sally got her army of SJWs to combat this man and his terrible fan fiction about Caillou. The man was deeply upset at his harassment that he just deleted his funny fanfics. Sally then decided to target a man who drew crude fan art of Caillou on DeviantArt. He attempted suicide and Sally laughed. "At least we don't have scum like him anymore," she said with a smile. Meanwhile, Caillou's parents are almost home, so Sally logged off the computer and headed out the back window.
Why she have to hide? She's doing the world a favor, supposedly.
Caillou's parents arrived at home and there was a mess. Caillou's parents fired Beavis and Butthead from babysitting. Whatever happened to Sally the Social Justice Warrior? Well, she was as annoying as she could be. The end.
They had nothing. There was no reason for Beavis and... They had like one line where Beavis said, "This sucks," talking about the food.
Oh my god.
I rate that 20 veggie burgers out of 20.
I fucking, holy fuck. I rate that 1. I don't even know. That's a lot to take in.
I rate that the 4 feet that Steven's glasses dropped to the floor out of 4.
Yeah.
Veggie burgers have a lot of protein. It would be hard to eat that many.
20, holy
She's
fuck.
healthy at any weight.
I rate it 5 out of 5. Veggie
Nice.
burgers.
Beautiful. Holy fuck. I gotta do that now. I gotta just a character that's such a petty projection that it's fucking hilarious.
That was very dry. She made it so all the videos said, "This video has been taken down," because it like reads out the copyright notice.
By Fatty Fuck Inc. or whatever.
Greedy Fatty Inc.
Fucking I love it.
Okay, Steven, take us home.
Alright.
You got a lot to live up to right now.
God, we'll see.
Hey, buddy, dig this, said Beavis, picking up the black thingy with the square part sticking out. It looked like a lid to something. Like, what is it? I don't know, Beavis replied. Looks like a lid or something, said Butthead. Some dumbass lost his cover.
It's the rice cooker they sealed King Piccolo in.
A lid. How indescript.
It could be anything, that's my guess. They're gonna fight King Piccolo.
Like his head or something, said Beavis. Hold back, dumbass, said Butthead.
We're in a void right now. There's been no description of where we are, what's going on.
Just close your eyes and think of the theater of the mind.
We're standing in a black void holding a black circle.
We'll get nachos instead. Hey, it's cool, said Beavis. I don't, said Butthead. Give it here. No, said Beavis. Bud grabbed the other side of it and tried tired to yank it away. The port key activated, dumping them in Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about reading this one, but I figured one of you guys would take it.
I've had enough Harry Potter for a little while. It's his birthday as of last Sunday recording.
Happy birthday, Harry.
Happy birthday.
Did you know yesterday was the 5th anniversary of OKKO? I felt I had to get that in there.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people posting.
Is that of the premiere or of the finale?
Of the premiere. The show's 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to believe, I know.
It really is, my god.
Seems like older than that to me. Feels like, I mean, just because I saw it on streaming, it feels like it had been around for a while longer.
Mm-hmm.
Daria Morgendorfer and her friends were walking back to Hogwarts and saw the two idiots materialize in front of her.
Daria what?
There?
Daria Morgendorfer.
Morgendorfer.
Yeah, I think it's probably like just Daria, the cartoon character.
But she's also a witch.
That's her magic name.
Her mudblood name.
Hey. No, her mudblood name would be more boring.
That's true. Hermione's a mudblood.
Her last name's Granger.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
Not as cool as Potter. Well, not as cool as Malfoy.
Not as cool as
Weasley.
Yeah.
Imagine being named after a weasel.
Not as cool as Dursley.
God, I want to like make something with him getting chopped up by Genji so bad. That's so much effort.
Yeah.
What? Why?
That was like a super early like Harry Potter story we read, where it was like Overwatch meets the Harry Potters.
Are you gaslighting me?
No, listen to your own podcast.
There's
I
too
understand it was like 4 years ago.
There's too much garbage content.
I just have this memory burned in where Vernon Dursley's trying to dodge Genji's sword.
Because now that you say that, I was thinking of their son, not Vernon.
No, not Dudley.
I was thinking of Dudley trying to dodge the sword.
Go listen to, I think it's episode 15, the Overwatch episode, or maybe it's the Harry Potter episode, one or the other. It's like episode 15, and there's a scene where like Mercy is apparently Harry's dead mother, that she didn't actually die. And then she sees all the bruises that Vernon and his family have let Harry like get over the years, and she's like, Hanzo, Genji, go kill the Dursleys. And they're like, okay.
I can see why this would traumatize you.
It was funny. It was in our first year of fanficking.
That's beautiful.
I don't know if beautiful would be the term, but
It makes me laugh.
it's hilarious. God, I love Harry Potter.
Same, my god. What the fuck? She said. Butthead, where are we? In Highland, Butt Munch, said Butthead.
You would not know that.
He just assumes they're where they are.
But there's trees and chicks, said Beavis. And I'm freezing my ass off. He looked over the witches, then grinned. Oh, my head. It's diarrhea.
Beavis is gonna drink a butterbeer.
Whoa, I can drink beer here?
Cool.
The boys started chanting, diarrhea cha-cha-cha, diarrhea cha-cha-cha.
What the fuck? That must be a reference to the show.
I don't remember Daria in the show at all.
Diarrhea.
Yeah, she was like a side character for a while. That's how she started.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So is Daria a Mike Judge thing?
She started out as, a Mike Judge thing, and then
Really? Huh.
Mm-hmm. Mike Judge has worked on a lot of shit, surprisingly. It's weird.
Remember Tina's Groove?
Tina's Groove?
Is another newspaper comic.
I'm not
She
sure.
was in the funnies every now and then. She was kind of cute. But newspaper comics are all pretty much worthless. They're very small, minute gags at best.
Yeah, the manga of the West.
One day I'll make a Dagwood sandwich and we'll all have to watch Dagwood.
No, I really don't want to watch Dagwood.
I do know this character design for Tina.
Where
She's
is it?
cute.
Oh yeah, her. Yeah, I agree. She is cute.
Steven, you should start a trend like fucking, what was it? What's the...
Jusica?
Yes. You should start that, but with Tina's Groove.
True.
Or someone else from comics, I don't know. Fucking Zit's mom. The kid from Zit's had a mom. She was kind of pretty.
Calvin and Hobbes' mom.
Crankshaft.
Liz from Garfield.
Yeah. She's too well known.
True.
Tina's Groove is where it's at.
You're not wrong.
There's a story about a shark, like Sherman's something.
Oh yeah, Sherman, yeah.
I would read a lot of the funnies because my dad would just like leave the newspaper in the bathroom. So then I would go there, I would just pick up the funnies and read all the what was going on.
Same.
It's like, oh, there's Garfield up. Okay. Oh, there's Get Fuzzy.
I would like to get fuzzy. I had several compendiums.
It was cool.
Daria blushed bright red. The other witch's eyes bulged. Daria, do you know these two boys? Asked one of the other witches. Oh, yeah, Daria sighed. Those two and I go way back. So what were you and Parvati discussing in the Three Broomsticks? Asked Harry.
Harry's here.
Yeah. It's like there's like little fucking emojis that are like time skip / like scene skip things.
Okay, you gotta let us know when there's like a page break or something.
Oh, okay. We were talking about a problem we were both having with some spell work in Professor McGonagall's class, replied Hermione.
I would like to think she had trouble remembering how to say her name. McGoggles.
It's so many syllables I had to squint.
McGonagall.
Replied Hermione. I think I've got it worked out. You usually do, said Ron.
Ron sounds pretty bad too.
Doesn't she, Harry?
Ron sounds like he's got a cold.
Sounds like he has a problem, alright.
Yeah, he's had one too many butterbeers.
That's what they tell him.
So they always say about Ron.
Alright, buddy, I'm cutting you off.
Look, Ron, he's had a few too many up here, if you know what I mean. Let's see here.
Sunshine and Mellow. Why do the Weasleys have such fucked up spells?
True, they have the fucking slug one.
Their fucking spells don't work with Harry Potter logic, but they still work. He shouted "eat slugs" and it worked.
Yeah.
It backfired on him, but it still did something.
Yeah, holy shit.
It wasn't like Slugonius Summonus. He just said, "Eat slugs!"
It's like Naruto hand signs. They need them sometimes in the beginning and they just mostly don't later on.
True.
It's how they charge their chakra, but they get too powerful, so they don't need to charge anymore.
Yeah.
Like when Goku becomes Super Saiyan and he has to train to stay Super Saiyan, so he doesn't have to waste all that energy to power up. It's like Naruto's just like that.
It just got too convenient for the animators to not have to do that in Naruto.
They just learn.
I believe that.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
like, you get the picture. You know, they're just gonna do the one iconic move, but that's gonna be it.
Coming through, said a voice behind them. The trio turned around and saw Morgendorfer and several Ravenclaws herding two boys with the largest heads they had ever seen towards the school gates.
Yeah.
Freaks.
They're herding them towards the gates, oh no.
Why are they bringing them to school?
They're gonna turn them into like the slaves like they have with all the animals there.
He's taking them to Hagrid.
Yeah.
He's like, Hagrid, you know about mythical creatures, right? What do you think of these two?
Are they like human enough to turn into like slaves inside the mansion, or are they going to be out in the forest? What do you think, Hagrid?
Holy shit! It's blimey! It's Beavis and Butthead. They are.
I love
those.
these
Hey, do the thing where you say fire. I love that part. I do.
Put your shirt over your head.
Look, I'm gonna do it.
You're like, maybe we shouldn't have taken these guys to Hagrid.
As he's over there with his pot belly out going, I'm Cornolio.
Fucking love Hagrid.
I need TP for me bunghole.
Fuck, him acting like a big child is so
Yeah.
good.
I loved my Easter story where I gave him a whole bunch of electronics.
Yeah. What are those? Said Ron. At the moment, Hermione decided that there were certain...
Ron, you can't do that.
At that moment, Hermione decided there were certain things she was better off not knowing. Page break. Guten Tag, Cousin Daria, said Egon Morgendorfer. The Durmstrang wizard wasn't the sharpest tool in the box, but he was tall, handsome, and a secret part of her was flattered by his old-world courtesy. They weren't really related, although most descendants of Morgendorf emigres pretended that they were. Daria found it amusing. These two boys are? Boys from my hometown in Texas, Daria replied. Egon looked at the two idiots, scowled, then shifted his shoulders. He looked more intimidating. Beavis and Butthead looked at him and started shuddering. Maybe the Morgendorf pretense was useful after all, she thought. Page break. Hurting the two idiots was difficult. The boys acted like they usually did. Talking to them was useless. Oh my god. They were still as gross as ever, and they'd already hit on a couple of her friends. Her friends got offended even faster than she did and drew. That was when she learned that most hexes bounced off the boys like water rolling off a duck.
They've got plot armor.
She fucking shot a Vada Kedavra at them and it just bounced off like lightning.
Just made Butthead turn to her. Look at her.
He looks over and scratches his ass.
That'd be horrifying.
He fucking repels and kills a squirrel.
It's scary.
He's like,
That was cool.
Beavis, did you just kill that squirrel by looking at it? Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Do it again. Okay.
Resolution was waiting at the gates of the school, tall, dark-haired, scowling, and dressed in billowing black robes. Professor Snape saw the boys, looked Daria in the eye, then said, "What are those?" Chapter 2.
God, all these characters would look so bad in Beavis' art style.
They
Yeah,
would.
Beavis and Butthead.
They just look like loudmouth characters.
Did you have to fucking verify to get into fanfiction.net?
Bear with me. I have to do a stupid-ass captcha. There we go. Okay.
Just get the app.
No.
You just had to do a captcha to read fanfiction.
Gotta prove you're a human.
There's
AI
malware on your phone.
You can't let AI in there and learn about fanfiction. You'll break them.
Could you imagine if the computers were trying to comprehend Beavis and Butthead? It's impossible. As long as we have that sort of stupid humor in our side, mankind will always be one step ahead of the machines.
It's true.
They would not be able to understand their actions.
This place sucks, said Butthead. This place sucks, dog turds, said Beavis.
Said it right to Snape's face.
They're in detention.
The creepy black-haired guy had taken them to some old gray-haired geezer who waved a stick at him.
Pointing the stick at him.
That is the best way to describe Harry Potter.
They don't grasp the fucking weight at all.
Oh, long-bearded, gray-haired man waved a stick at him.
Then told him to throw them in an empty classroom.
They got detention and they don't even go here.
Diarrhea had been no help. She told the geezer and creepy guy to keep them locked up, then hand them over to some dude named Filch.
Why Filch? What does he want to do with them?
When was this written?
The time
2020.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All my defenses are gone.
December of 2020.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Holy fuck.
Why would people possibly care about Filch in 2020?
He's got a cat. I don't know.
They tried to get out but couldn't. Fuck. They were both pissed off and responded by wrecking the classroom. Then Beavis tried the door. It opened. Thanks, dude, said Beavis. My pleasure, said Peeves.
Peeves?
I have no idea.
Isn't that the fucking rat man?
No, it's like the ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Peeves is
Oh
in the PS1 game.
yeah, I hate that guy. I don't know if he is, but his model looks like he's wearing a fucking tropical shirt. He looks so out of place. His head's so big. He's gross. He's disgusting. You got to throw pies at him in the Chamber of Secrets game.
I think Peeves is not in the movies, but is in the books.
He is in the books, yeah, but no, there was no room for Peeves in the movies. He's too culturally insensitive.
Page break.
He called Potter stinky or something. He called Potty Potter. Oh, Potty Potter, I'm gonna take a shit on ya. Then we raced him, and then he lost, and he said, "Oh, fuck you!"
Hey, Butthead.
Apparently Peeves was in the original movie, but he got cut.
Good. Imagine if he showed up in the final encounter in fucking Deathly Hallows.
Look up concept art of Peeves.
I did. He's like a goblin with Jester's clothes on.
That actually looks cool.
Now look
Holy
up
shit.
the PS1 one. I want to see if he still looks like he's wearing a tropical island shirt.
Okay, continue the story.
Hey, Butthead, did you see a toilet around here? Said Beavis. Yeah, pee. I don't see one, said Butthead. I just see classrooms. In places like Highland, except worse, said Beavis. The boys walked down a stairway. Beavis thought about pissing over the railing. Then the stairway started moving. Fuck it, he said. I'll be someplace where the floor doesn't move. The boys walked a little further. Butthead found a toilet. Oh, girls, he said. Why, I care, said Beavis. He went in, dropped his zipper, and did his thing. Who are you?
What was that thing about Beavis or Hogwarts not having toilets, except they do? Remember J.K. Rowling made them like spell away their defecation?
They use the toilets and then magically get rid of the feces.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. They have toilets, but they don't have plumbing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Here's Peeves.
Yeah, he does.
His big teeth.
He
He looks so out of place.
There's another version of this model because there's like several versions of the game, you know.
He looks like a fucking caricature of fucking
That is way worse. That is disgusting.
Looks like an 80s toy. I hate it.
He's evil.
Who are you? Said moaning Myrtle. They
They're
screamed.
gonna score.
We're gonna take advantage of Moaning Myrtle, make her moan.
Come on, moan. They said you moan.
They screamed. Page break.
They would not scream. They would not be impressed by a ghost.
I would not. This will be an interesting challenge, Professor Flitwick thought happily. They're down this corridor someplace. The two guests had broken out of confinement and were roaming the hallways. The headmaster...
They cannot be contained.
The headmaster had described them as muggles.
Oh, no. You can't say that, headmaster.
Oh, I've never...
Everyone looked at Dumbledore with wide eyes.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore is so nice and straight-laced, but they were the ones who broke his fucking kindness.
They're the first muggles that have ever made it at Wizard World.
Oh my god. Let's see here. But Miss Morgendorfer had insisted that the two boys were something else and were immune to lesser jinxes. He shot a stunner at one of the boys, then frowned.
He tried to fucking, stun them just out of curiosity.
It was a warning shot.
And it didn't work, and he frowned. Thinking of the fucking Buggy screenshot when he's asking if Luffy remembers anything about him.
Yeah.
That sad expression with his long beard.
Yeah.
It's just like those basic attacks you can do in Harry Potter PS1.
Flipendo.
The Flipendos.
A knockback jinx.
A knockback jinx.
They're more powerful than the fire snails.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work, thought Phileas. I should have stopped anything short of a troll. Well, let's try this one then, he thought. Incarcerus! Twin ropes flew out of his wand at the boys. Gotcha! He said. Page break.
They're once again using plot armor
Yeah.
to get around anything. God. Just imagine the troll boss battle where you're in the bathroom and he's throwing toilet shits, but it's Beavis and Butthead just standing there.
Right.
And Ron's trying to pick up a big club to bash their brains in.
Ron's trying so hard.
Ron's laughing so
And they
hard.
just walk out of there. The problem solved itself.
So, what do we do with these two? Said Professor McGonagall.
Oh, they actually caught him.
Yeah, shit. Professor Flitwick was pleased to see that his Incarcerus charm was still working. Send them back, said Professor Dumbledore.
Get rid of these bastards.
Send it back. Return to sender. I'm not paying shipping.
Shouldn't they be obliviated? Said Daria.
Whoa.
No,
Daria.
said Professor Dumbledore.
Obliviated.
The boys said nothing. Silencio is one of the spells that worked on them.
Just the thought of them sitting there, not saying anything, looking around, processing.
They're like talking with all their boiled line keyframes, but you don't hear anything. Severus, you will use the port key and take the boys with you. Mrs.
That sounds outside of Severus's pay grade.
Miss Morgendorfer can be your native guide. Daria and Professor Snape looked at each other doubtfully.
Sir, I should warn you, said Daria. Are you sure you're up to trip to Highland, Texas? The end.
I rate that story an incredibly sweaty Snape out of 10.
I rate that story a very descript Texas explanation from Daria.
His fucking whale's ass black hood costume would be so bad in Texas.
The King of the Hill art style.
He would be sweating so hard.
I rate that fucking, Oh, excuse me.
Come on, you got this. You can do it.
I rate that Hagrid having a jolly old time with his two fucking MTV heroes out of 10.
God, Hagrid with a TV is so funny.
Yeah.
I love this part.
Hagrid, there's no electricity here. How did you make that work?
No.
Oh, hold on. The two boys are pissing in the plant they are.
I have a motorcycle, Harry. I can do anything. That's true. You are out here in the sticks.
The wizard sticks.
The wands.
Old geezer with a stick.
Tried to shoot them with a knockback jinx and it bounced off.
Oh, God.
Beavis and Butthead jumping over the fucking bookshelves.
Yeah.
I can't wait till our next holiday episode so I can write a Beavis and Butthead fiction if I don't forget.
Halloween's right around the corner, but you'll surely forget. Alright, Steven, what's going to be our next topic for our next exciting show?
Our next topic is going to be Paw Patrol.
Yeah! I have to watch Paw Patrol.
It's
We
okay.
watched the part of the movie.
We
It's
scrubbed to
enough.
the ending of the movie.
We saw Mayor whatever. It's
I
fine.
know none of the character names.
We'll look up compilation of
There's Chase.
Mayor Humdinger's best moments.
You can say there's Chase. That does not help me.
Chase is the
Just
cop
name.
dog.
The cop
The
dog.
cop dog, huh?
Yeah, the fuzz. The pig dog.
Fuck.
Alright, everybody, that's going to do it for another exciting episode of Crossing the Line. Paw Patrol next time. Don't forget to check out Steven's incredible art on twitter.com/blue_breed.
Thank you.
And
Your Twitch channel.
at twitch.tv/swelltimegpool. Very cool. Sonic 06 is funny. It's funny.
You're playing a bunch of games on a schedule.
I do. You can
Yeah.
see that on my Twitter, also swelltimegpool. You can also join our Discord and hang out and have a lot of fun there. All three of us interact all the time on there. It's true. Right?
That's true.
Sometimes. Me personally. I was there the other day, but then you showed me an Angry Beavers fan art and I had to log off.
Steven drops his porn and then leaves and never says anything.
That sounds like that's something I could do.
It's a very Mammoth Mogul type mindset.
The god bestows his art and then leaves.
You drop it off, just Sagan says, "That's so good, man," and you don't acknowledge him. Then you
Bluebeard's
drop
kind
in
of a
more
busy
art,
guy.
and then he goes, "Cool," and then you never show up again.
Don't worry, I apologize to just Sagan and Quiet.
You say, "Yeah,
Private.
sorry, man." he does. He's got a lot on his plate right now. He's currently
Every
doing this
week.
thing. He's got commissions, you know. He's actually been watching a lot of Blaze the Movie Fan, and that's taken a lot of his time, really.
If you subscribe to his Patreon, you can message him. He might respond there.
If you subscribe to his Patreon, you can get access to his Cool and Cursed folder on YouTube.
What a reward.
And
It's
you
the $20 reward.
$20 would see my Cool and Cursed folder on YouTube.
Access to a playlist so heinous your parents won't believe it.
Equally as R18 as the rest of the site.
But all on YouTube for free.
Some videos I'll have to link to on BitChute.
Nostalgia Critic.
YouTube links don't work.
Batman and Robin review.
5-second movie reviews of Batman and Robin.
You have to look that up in fucking gross, not YouTube ways, and I don't recommend doing
You
it.
have to find it on Internet Archive.
At least it's not really his ass.
Hey!
We'll
Don't
never
spoil
know
it.
that. We'll never know
There's
that.
more than that.
I have the mental image burned into my mind of that 5-second movie review.
Elias, what would you do if Doug Walker used your bathroom?
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night.